Hello viewers, I am Mr. Dilip Kumar Pal, stands before you on a video relating to decentralization, which is in paper number 9 of fourth semester, and the name of the paper is Public Policy and Administration in India. In the paper number 9, Public Policy and Administration in India, there is a chapter on decentralization. And in the chapter of decentralization, 4 aspects of decentralization are found. One is the meaning, number 2, approaches, number 3, significance, and number 4, types of decentralization. And I have prepared 2 videos for this chapter, and today's video is part 1, which relates with the meaning of decentralization and approaches of decentralization. So today's video relates with the meaning of decentralization and approaches of decentralization. I request my viewers to watch this video attentively, and in course of watching prepare your notes so that your preparation notes problem will be over. And I want to inform you that all these videos are prepared in Odia form and English form, so that Odia students will be benefited, and those students who are outside Odia, for them I have prepared also English video. I request my viewers to take best use of these videos. Let us start. What is decentralization? In the present world, there are 2 methods of development. One method is known as growth-centered model of development. Growth-centered model of development, known as GCMD. Other one is the people-centered model of development, PCMD. So in the present world, there are 2 methods of development. One is growth-centered model of development. In this model, central government will prepare the plan for the country. People will not be involved. People will be mere beneficiaries. Central government will make plan for the country. And this method was very popular after Second World War, when new nations of Africa, Latin America, Asia came to scene to accelerate the pace of development. To accelerate the pace of development, those nations adopted growth-centered model of development. But second model is a model which is known as people-centered model of development, where people are involved with the development. So when people are involved with the development, at the time decentralization has been originated. So decentralization now is considered as a mean for social, economic, political development. So what is decentralization? In order to be clear about the meaning of decentralization, a person must be clear about the meaning of deconcentration. Deconcentration means whenever central government will create offices in the regional level and local level, and these offices will be given responsibility to make development, but they will not be given power to make decision. And these offices will be under the control of the central government. So deconcentration means when central government will create regional offices, regional offices, local offices, they will be given power of responsibility, but they will not be given power to make decision. They are not independent. They will work under the control of the central government. It is deconcentration. But what is decentralization? In simple language, decentralization means delegation of power from the central government to regional and local governments. So decentralization of power means when central government will give or delegate power to regional government and local government, it is decentralization. But actually decentralization means it has 4 features. Number 1, delegation of power to local units. First feature of decentralization is that central government will give power to regional governments and local governments. Number 2, regional government and local government will be given responsibility to make development. Number 3, they will be given power to take decision. And number 4, these regional government and local government will function as independent units. So actually decentralization means when central government will create regional government and local government, they will be given power. Number 2, they will be given responsibility. They will be given power to take decision. They will be regarded as independent and they will not be under the control of central government, is known as decentralization. And the best definition in this context has been given by Louis A. Allen. According to Louis A. Allen, decentralization is systematic effort to delegate power to lowest levels except that which can only be exercised at central points. According to Louis A. Allen, decentralization means it is a system where central government will give power to regional government and local governments. It will give power, but it will not give those power which can be taken only from center. It means there are certain powers, for example like defense, foreign affairs, that can only be taken from center. Except those powers which can only be taken from the center, the rest of the powers central government will delegate to regional and local governments. And here we will see Professor Brian Smith in his book Decentralization has told that there are many reasons for which decentralization has been supported. There are many factors in favor of decentralization. What are the factors? It is an effective way to meet local needs than central planning. The first reason for the support of decentralization is that by decentralization, if power will be given to the regional government and local government, better decision can be taken than from decision from the center. If local government and regional government will take decision in the local level, it will be far better than decision for the local area from the center. And number 2, it relieves center from overload work. If center will delegate power to regional local government, it will not be overloaded with work. So it can give attention to sensitive matters. Number 3, it involves local people in politics. Whenever by delegation of power, regional local governments will be created, local people will be involved in politics. Number 4, it gives political education to people. When local people will be involved in politics, they will get political education. They will know different political matters. Then, 5th, local resources can be utilized. Whenever regional and local governments will be created, local resources can be utilized. 6th one, it promotes national unity. Whenever central government will function in its own sphere, regional and local government will function in their own sphere, national unity will be achieved. So here we have discussed what is deconcentration, what is decentralization in simple language, what is decentralization in actual language, what is the definition of Louis A. Allen about decentralization, and what is the view of Brian Smith, factors in support of decentralization. Now discuss approaches of decentralization. There are various approaches of decentralization. One is the doctrinal approach. Doctrinal approach is an approach which treats decentralization as an end. Doctrinal approach is an approach which treats decentralization as an end. It does not discuss whether decentralization will be a mean for development. For example, a person is performing exercise. If he thinks that exercise is fun, it is doctrinal. But if a person is performing exercise and he will not think whether his exercise will have impact on his body, he will not think, then it is doctrinal. So doctrinal approach speaks that. So doctrinal approach treats decentralization as an end. It treats decentralization as an end. It only describes decentralization. And it does not think whether decentralization will be used as a mean for development. Number 2, political approach. Political approach is an approach which believes that better decision by regional and local units than decision by national government only or by central government due to their involvement with local issues. Political approach speaks that no doubt central government can make decision about local matters. But if regional and local governments will make decision in their local level, as they are involved with the local problem, their decision will be better than the decision of the central government for the local people. So political approach speaks that if regional and local government will take decision for the regional sphere, as they are associated with these problems, they can take better decision than central government for local issues. This is political approach. Number 3, administrative approach. It speaks that by entering field units in regional and local level, efficiency, effectiveness and rationality will be achieved. Administrative approach speaks that if field units will be created, if governments will be created in regional and local level, then efficiency, effectiveness and rationality will be maintained. Because if local governments will be created and regional government will be created in local and regional level, as they are associated with the local problem, they can solve problem in a better way, they can solve problem in quick manner, and they can judge alternatives and they can choose better alternatives. So administrative approach speaks that if regional government and local government will be created, efficiency, effectiveness and rationality will be maintained. Finally, dual role approach. Dual role approach speaks about conflict between tradition and change. It means dual role approach speaks that whenever in the regional level and local level government will be created, then these governments will work for change or for development. But previously in that area there was also a system which wants to maintain the tradition, and the previous system was working for maintenance of order, collection of revenue, keep things from wrongdoings. So dual role approach speaks that whenever in the regional level and local level governments will be created, these governments will work for change and development. But the system which was prior to the origination of local government, regional government, there was a system which was for maintenance of traditions. So local government and regional government will work for change, and the previous system will not allow for change. It wants to maintain the status quo or tradition. So there will be a conflict between change and tradition. So this is what dual role approach. So in this video we have discussed how decentralization has been different from deconcentration. What is decentralization in simple language, what it is in authentic language, what is the view of Lewis A. Allen about decentralization, how Brand Smith has given some reasons for support of the decentralization, and we have discussed 4 approaches of decentralization. I request my viewers to make best use of this video and give your comment from which college you belong, so I will be happy for my labor. I request my viewers again to subscribe my channel and request your friends to subscribe the same because help to others is service to God. Thank you. Goodbye.